people start to realize our differences aren't as big as they seem.
I couldn't really understand the magnitude of what was going on.
I know a lot of people were affected.
You know, it's still that divide.
From the All Indiana Podcast Network and Wish TV, this is Our City, Our Voice.
You look a lot different at it.
Everybody was kind of spinning about what it was and what was happening.
Everything's changed.
What can 160 years of experience teach you about the future? A lot, especially when it comes to protecting what matters. At Pacific Life, we've helped people and businesses confidently embrace the future with life insurance, retirement income, and employee benefits. With strategies built on strength and trust, and a promise to be here for you today and tomorrow. Ask a financial professional how Pacific Life can help you today. Pacific Life Insurance Company, Omaha, Nebraska, and in New York. Pacific Life and Annuity, Phoenix, Arizona.
As Wish TV celebrates Black History Month, we are getting a sneak peek at a special event highlighting the impactful connections Indiana has to abolitionist Frederick Douglass. Susan Hall-Dotson is with me. She's the curator of African American collections with the Indiana Historical Society. Thanks so much for coming in this morning.
Thank you so much for having me.
You know, a lot of our history lessons, we can go back and remember learning in school Frederick Douglass's travels across the country after escaping slavery, but many people may not realize the dramatic chapter that unfolded in Indiana. It wasn't just a few years ago. I was in Pendleton. I saw the historical marker.
Yes.
That was the first I learned of it.
Yeah, in 1843, he came with a group of white abolitionists to speak about abolition of slavery, even though Indiana was technically a non-slave state, and to gather support. And a mob of 30 men, white men, mobbed him, beat him. Another man lost his teeth. He was permanently injured on one of his hands, and he wrote about it in one of his autobiographies as well. So there were articles that we have a letter where someone else was writing about the events in Pendleton at the time.
And there's now a collection of this at the Historical Society. But you are preparing for a one-evening engagement on all of this, right? Coming up this Wednesday?
Yes, this Wednesday night we will have a conversation, roundtable discussion about the impacts and intersections of Frederick Douglass on Indiana, how he was appointed to become an ambassador to Haiti by President Benjamin Harrison. He was here in 1843. He came back when he was 60 years old to speak again. But his works and his words resonated throughout Indiana and the rest of the nation. So that's the intersection. We have some of his books in an exhibit right now, 2 of them that date back to the 1800 originals. And we have some broadsides that feature him post-emancipation and Reconstruction eras. So people can see those, and as well as the letters that these gentlemen wrote to each other to talk about the incident.
How important of an evening will this be? Why would you encourage people to join you?
I think people get to come out and not learn everything about him, but to listen, to ask questions, to interact. And we have 2 of our great interpreters who will be reading excerpts from some of his greatest works. So you get to hear his words pre-Civil War and post-Civil War and how they still resonate possibly today.
And I'm sure it'll be very interesting to kind of go along that journey and the changes in between the two as well. So how can we join you? Are reservations required?
Yes, reservations are required at indianahistory.org. And there's admission, $12 for general public, $8 for members. And if you're a little tardy, you can also buy tickets at the door. It begins at 7 p.m. It's over at 8:30, and there'll be light refreshments at the end.
Great. Susan Hall-Dotson, thanks so much for your time. We'll make sure to get all this information posted on wishtv.com as well. So you can have a one-stop, easy shop to get all of that and to join on Wednesday night.
Yes, we
appreciate
look forward to seeing you.
Great.
Discover more at wishtv.com. And when you follow Wish TV on Facebook, check out more podcasts from the All Indiana Podcast Network now at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.